There's some illnesses that the doctors really cannot help you with, and it's important to recognize this, because very often we keep going expecting help when in fact they're not equipped to give it to you. I would say this is particularly true with anything that's kind of structurally related, which can be a lot of stuff if you get into it. So for example, the doctor may, if you're lucky, send you to a physiotherapist, but in my experience, physiotherapy, the kind of knowledge there is fairly shallow compared to that of an osteopath or a chiropractor and some other types of body work. So, you know, there's a lot of conditions that actually, when you get down to it, are related to structural issues in the body that's kind of impairing functionality. And if you keep going to the doctor, and they sometimes don't even acknowledge it. I mean, I had really bad TMJ, jaw disorder, and the doctor from a distance said, "I'm looking at your jaw, there's nothing wrong with it." And it's like, I went to the osteopath, she said, "I've never seen such tight pterygoid muscles." So you got to be aware that, you know, doctors are trained in basically in drug therapy. Now there's 4 categories of medicine, I can't remember them all, but drug therapy is just one of them. And doctors may have a kind of passing knowledge of some of the others, but their specialism is drug therapy, and there's a lot of conditions that just do not respond to that. So you need to be looking elsewhere. Now it's a bit confusing because out there is a whole lot of nonsense. You know, it's like once you're out in the mainstream, it's not that everything else is woo-woo, it's that a lot of really good stuff is out there, and there's a lot of woo-woo nonsense out there, and you've got to kind of filter through it, find your way through that. You've got to be willing to try stuff, see what works for you. Unfortunately, there's often not a lot of funding for this, although you may find that, you know, local kind of alternative practitioners or centres may have some kind of what do you call it, you know, like donation scheme or something like that. But yeah, generally you're not going to get the funding for this. You know, the doctors don't prescribe osteopathy, for example, which I really believe they should. But yeah, just be aware. You know, it's like if you expect the doctors to fix you and they can't, that doesn't necessarily mean that's the end of the story. There may well be stuff out there that can make you better. So good luck.